I would like to know if the full healing is possible when you can't reach the prisoner. If somebody takes the role of the prisoner, is then a full healing possible, or does it need more?
Fortunately, that's quite powerful. I do a lot of that in the course of the year. For example, I was doing one of our intensive trainings in Switzerland, and some colleagues of mine in Geneva called me up and said, would I do the work with a woman from Algeria? My friends know how to get people out of dangerous situations in different countries. And so that's how they got this woman out of Algeria. They took her outside, some extremists took her outside and made her watch while they dragged her best friend to her death behind the car. And then they took her in the house and raped her in front of her parents. And they were going to come kill her the next day, but she sneaked out, got a hold of a phone. She knew about my friends. So my friends told me that she's been crying for 2 weeks, the whole 2 weeks that she's been here. She hardly stops crying except when she sleeps a bit. So I said, send her out this evening, and I've got a group during the day, I'll see her in the evening. But they said, Marshall, there's a problem. We told her that you would play the role of the other person, and she's afraid that she'll kill you. She knows about role play, that I'm not the real person. She understands that, but she really feels so intense that she says, even if I imagine that this person is the other person, I'll kill her. And Marshall, you should know that she's a large woman. I said, thanks for the warning. I said, tell her that, of course, I'll have my interpreter in the room. And there's a guy here in my workshop from Rwanda, and after all the violence he's been through, I don't think this will scare him. So ask her if she would feel safer if it was the 4 of us in the room. So that was the situation. Now there's the 4 of us in a room, my colleague from Rwanda, and the interpreter, and myself and this woman. And I played the role of the other person and went through those same steps that I just showed you. She screamed at me pretty good for quite a while. And I responded with giraffe ears. And then she twice screamed at me, how could you do it? And I said, I'd be glad to tell you, but first I want to be sure that you've got all the understanding that you need. And then in the role of the other person, I mourned. And then I told her what was going on in me when I did what I did. And when I told her, she said, oh my God, that's exactly what he said. You know how I knew? I am that person. So are you. We're all created out of the same energy. I know whatever has been alive in that person has been alive in me. The feelings, the needs. And then she gave empathy to me. And I'm pleased that she's been a different woman ever since. I do a lot of this work in the course of the year. So I'm very glad we don't have to have the other person for the healing to take place.
Can you say more about the feelings and needs that are in a person who does horrible things to another one?
So imagine you were this man who did this. Now the stimulus would help a little bit. Can you guess what the stimulus was? What she did that was the stimulus for this? Nobody can make a guess what the stimulus was?
Maybe she was scared.
No, she wasn't wearing, she didn't cover her head when she went out. She wasn't wearing the right clothing. So what would make a man so angry and so to make her want to do that to a person? What would be your feelings and needs if you were that person? You are that person. What are you feeling and needing when you do it? You spent your whole life 4 times a day praying to Allah. Do everything you know to show reverence for God. And now you see these women not dressing in a way that you've been educated to believe God wants women to be dressed. How are you feeling? What are your needs?
Respect, belonging together.
Enormous pain and the need for respect. And then getting mixed up, the need for empathy for one's pain. See, that's the basic need in punishment. We want people to learn how the pain they've caused for other people. But we don't know about empathy. We think that to make people learn, you have to punish them, make them hate themselves. So there's enormous pain and the need to have respect for one's sacred beliefs, and the need for empathy for the hurt that is felt when somebody violates that which is the most sacred. So I think he felt the same as bin Laden about America putting troops on sacred ground to protect the oil they need for their economic interests. How does that feel when somebody does something to sacred ground?